Hello, welcome to Get Your Mind On. I'm Lori Stoss. I'm so busy. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just exhausted. I could never say no. Is that you? Is that you thinking about all those things? How are you feeling today? Are you feeling energized or exhausted? You know, as we think about the end of December and we think about it's kind of a time of reflection as well as a time of preparation. And many of us may still be in the midst of the holidays. And we may think, what was this time all about? I just need some time. I need some time away. Well, let's talk about simplicity. Wow, that's an interesting word. When have you thought about simplicity? When you think about simplicity, you need to think about all those things that we're doing every day. What's that schedule like? What's that calendar like? What are you saying yes to? And really stopping and saying, am I overscheduled? And I work with people all the time, and I hear that every day. And I, too, get caught up in the overscheduled as well. So let's think about first, why do you overschedule yourself? Is it your demand is so high? Is it just because you can't say no? Or is it because you feel that you bring great value in being scheduled? That everybody goes, oh, wow, they're important because they're so busy. Sometimes that's why we're overscheduled. Sometimes it's just because of the kids and we want to be involved in their activities. We want them to be successful. So guess what? We make their schedules overscheduled. So that overscheduling is a lot of what keeps us busy and sometimes maybe takes our mind away from other things. Next, you need to think about it's not what you do, it's why you do it. So why do we do this? It's really thinking about what are the things in life that are important to you? If you step back and look at your schedule, think about these things. What's essential and eliminate the rest? What's essential and eliminate the rest? Well, if you kind of look back and you think, well, of course, everything's essential. Everything I do is essential. It's all busy. I need to be here and I need to be there and I need to be here. And yes, I need to commit to this and I need to commit to that. I don't want to let anybody down. We kind of need to step back and say, well, what really is essential to me in my life? What's important? Is this what I really want my life to be? So let's look at it kind of like cleaning a drawer. So if you want to just step back and evaluate and not judge, but just look at it and say, okay, when I clean out a drawer, what do I do? So let's just imagine one of those office drawers, right? Or the junk drawers where you have all the stuff in it. And what do? You take out everything and you kind of sort likes, right? You sort things that look alike. You sort some things here, you sort your pencils, you sort your pens, you sort your paper clips, maybe it's your sticky pads, and you'll find certain things. And you might find that, gosh, I have 12 of one and 2 of another. What don't you need out of that drawer? Well, look at your time that way. Step back now that it's the end of the year, and many of us are thinking about the beginning of the year and what we can do to change our lives. Do that same thing with your time. What are the things that are essential? If you're thinking about work and you're thinking about family, you're thinking about your hobbies, maybe you're thinking about time giving back, look at those and say, how much time am I spending in each of those? Do I have way too much of one and not so much of another? Because sometimes it's also that balance of things. If we're out of balance, I myself have a very full schedule, and this past 6 months has not been my best 6 months. I've worked through things. I've been busy. I've loved helping clients. I've loved being on the road and been busy, but I was out of balance. I wasn't spending enough time having fun. I wasn't spending enough time finding the things that fill my soul. And those things that fill my soul are those things when I'm with others, giving back and doing something to help others out. And I recognized how much of that I was missing. So I just needed to kind of rearrange my hours. Rearrange my drawer a little bit and think about what is essential and eliminate the rest. What are the things that fill my soul? What are the things that give me more energy to do more of the things that I love to do? Because if we're not really evaluating those, then that's when we get a little bit out of sync. And when we think about those things, it's like if you know the buckets that you have where you want to spend time, make it simple. Right? We always know that little keep it simple, stupid. It's kind of like that. How much time I spend at work? How much time I'm spending with my family? Whatever your buckets may be, step back and evaluate what's essential and eliminate the rest. Our goal is really to be less stressed, less overwhelmed, less exhausted, and have more energy. Have our soul filled with the things that we love, being happy. Remember, every interaction we have with people is positive, negative, or neutral. Sometimes when we're living in that overscheduled schedule and feeling exhausted, how does that come across to others? Not so great. So when we think about us having control of our schedule, making the choices to focus on what we wanted to focus on what's important, and eliminate the rest. So for positive charge this week, I want you to think about your schedule. Step back, look at your schedule and decide what buckets are important to you. What are the key areas where you want to spend your time? Then evaluate what's essential and eliminate the rest. Our schedules are very important. Time is one thing that we all have the same of. So it's essential to think about we have control over our time. So think about your time this week and think about where you'd like to give it, and make sure that you get your soul filled along the way. Thank you for joining us today, and remember to get your mind on.